All right, everybody, welcome back. Hopefully everyone had an exciting Tuesday. Welcome back. Today is Wednesday. What is today? Today is, how can I forget? It was my wife's birthday yesterday. Today's the 19th. How's everybody doing already? Good to see you all. Welcome back, everyone. Good to see you, Tim, Pat, Jerry, everyone, all cyber traders, everybody here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Welcome back. So another day of trading. Yesterday was in the books. We had a couple of crazy stocks yesterday. I really want to start off talking about Kodak. Okay. So Kodak, that was one of our biggest winners that we had, at the end of July. We had that big rally in that stock. You can see here on the chart. But I don't know what the hell happened yesterday, but all of a sudden, this thing around 12 o'clock just went bonkers. Went from like $7 all the way up to about $14. Thing just did not stop. And it did it in 15, 20 minutes. But this is what we always try to preach. You can't go broke taking profit. Listen, if you bought it at 7 and you got out 14, you got extremely lucky. You're the luckiest person in the world. That's not what we preach here and teach here at Cyber Trading University. If you got it at 8 and you sold it at 8.50, you did great. You sold it at 11, you sold 11.25, you did great. If you bought it and chased it at 14, it those going back to 60, and you think it's going to come back, you got destroyed. Okay. And believe me, a lot of people got crushed on this stock. And if you didn't get it, it's not the end of the world. Actually, you're probably better off you didn't trade this stock because this thing was just nuts. But I know some of you guys traded, and if you weren't at least a level 4 trader here at Cyber Trade University, then you shouldn't have been in the first place because this thing was just it was just ridiculous, out of this world. But and not only that, but let me bring up another point too. And I think a lot of people are having this issue too. When this actually happened to me in my phase 3 class, some of these stocks go up so fast that the computer locks up. And it's not your computer, it's the software. Yesterday, I got totally screwed on a stock that I traded. Which one was it I traded? Actually, I kind of forgot. Was it? It was MICT. Okay, that's what it was, MICT. And the stock was going up, and my order was saying pending for about 10 seconds. Usually, it's like instantly. So I'm trying to hit cancel, and obviously, you know me, I end up calling my brokerage firm. They freaking finally gave it to me, that has never happened. Usually, whenever it happens after a minute, if I'm like pending, it means my order got locked and it's getting approved by the compliance department. I tell you, it cost me about $700 that trade. Actually, kind of blew up my day for me. I was so ticked off yesterday, But you know what? I can't blame just my specific brokerage firm. A lot of you brokerage firms probably having the issue too. I hear from you guys all the time. Tell me, oh, this happens. It locks up. The screen is freezing up. So, a little tip of the day, just kind of give you guys a little heads up. If you're having that issue, first of all, that means you got too many windows up and running. Be careful with these indicators because they use up a lot of system resources. And if the stock is that fast, don't trade it. Because if you got an order and you got stuck in Kodak, and then you're like, oh, let me call the broker. Like, I have a direct line. I get on the phone with them within 15 seconds, just going through automation. I hit one button, boom, I'm in. I had that direct line. But some of you're dealing with some of these big brokerage firms, you might not have given a phone for about 10, 15 minutes. I heard even an hour. Shoot, if you have an account with like a Schwab or something, God forbid, or a Fidelity, you're lucky if you even get on the phone with a live order. So, and that's the last thing you want to do is get stuck in the stock and then find out that you can't get an order, get out of it. Because I think that's the worst. The worst I don't think is you buying it. I think the worst is you selling it. Like you got into the trade and now you're selling it and you can't get out. Imagine you own a Kodak and you got an order stuck out there and all of a sudden things running down. How ticked off would you be? And you know what? Hate to tell you, it's not their problem. You sign that little disclaimer. It says, hey, we're not responsible with any trades, which really, 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 really sucks. I mean, it really does. John McGuire says he was on the phone for 2 hours yesterday with TD Ameritrade. Okay. 2 hours. I mean, my God, I would literally have a heart attack, especially imagine being in a stock like this for 2 hours. What do? Thinkorswim was locking me up. Neil says Thinkorswim was locking up on me yesterday around 9:30. Then they had some troubles 2 days. They're trying to fix it. Today's fine. I was lucky I was out of that trade, John McGuire says. You know what? I'm telling you, that's really, I just want to bring that up because I heard, for over 25 years, I've been doing this and I deal with it every day. And believe me, I get nervous when I get into a position like this. And if it does happen, it kind of freaks me out because, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And that's why I got to be careful trading some of these fast mover flyers in a situation like that. And believe me, a lot of people got crushed on that one on Kodak when it went from like $4 to 60. All right. So anyway, that's why it's good to have a stop in. Yeah, but Mike, the other thing is that you might have a stop in, and then sometimes you might have a stop, and then you can't cancel it, and it might get stuck out there. So it's just that's one thing we got to be a little concerned of. All right, so let's get back to see what's moving this. What we traded, what's moving this morning. A couple of stocks came out with some earnings. Kohl's came out, didn't do too well yesterday. Let me bring this up so you can see what happened yesterday. So Kohl's. So Kohl's got really beat up. I like Kohl's yesterday. I think I told you guys yesterday, it was building a really, really nice support levels going back into, you could see it right here. A lot of big support level right here back in July, the ending of July, kind of went right back to it and kind of holding there pretty strong right now. So, if it holds here, it's pretty good. But you know what's kicking ass? Holy crap. Arget, man, is just really, really kicking ass, blowing away Walmart. You know what I mean? I mean, look at that. And it didn't go up that much when you look at it. It went from 130 down to 95, and now it's back up to 136. I mean, listen, Wayfair is just like off the damn chart. Wayfair was a $40 stock, went to 328. Okay. So there was some really, really good buys out there on certain stocks. But you know what? Target came out earnings. It looks obviously was pretty good. A couple of stocks that we traded yesterday too. I just want to bring this up, and then we'll go to the watch list. WKHS was also a really nice move. Workhorse yesterday. Kind of like this company as a whole too. But Workhorse has been doing pretty well. You can see a stock went from $2 up to 22. It's kind of building a little base right here. When a stock trades for a long time at these prices, that's actually a good sign. It obviously went up a lot, came back down not that much, it dropped down to 14 from 22. I mean, that's a big, we see some of these stocks. I thought this was a short squeeze. Obviously it's not, but stock is doing pretty well. So, this stock, WKHS might be, could automatically start becoming a swing trade. Remember, I say this every time, and I'm going to say it every day until I'm blue in the face. You want to be a good options trader. Don't be fooled by some of these people out there that preach you and say, hey, I know you can't afford Tesla, but why don't you buy the options? Listen, I tell my students all the time, who is more wealthy? The guy that owns the house or the guy that rents the house? Okay. Now, renting is not a bad thing. Okay. If you're a smart business person, I'm not going to go buy a house because I like, I rent a house in Delaware all the time on, out on the beach over there. I like Delaware. But I'm not going to go out there and spend $3 million on a house just because I like it. I'll rent it. You know what I mean? I'll pay the whatever it is, the $10,000 for the week. I mean, like if I bought everything where I was, it's one thing. But but am I going to rent the house I live in now? No, I'm going to buy a house. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is like options. You know what? If you want to be a good options trader, you damn well better learn how to trade the stock first. So don't say, well, I love options. And please don't take it the wrong way because people are like, oh my God, Fausto's anti-options. Listen, a lot of my great friends, are big options traders. And I'm just telling you, I'm a big stock fan. That's what living in New York is what I've learned. But, I just noticed that the first protocol is learn how to trade the stock first, and then you'll know if you want to trade the option. So anyway, that stock did pretty well, and it's starting to become, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because how do you know the stock is a swing trade? Because now all of a sudden you're watching over the course of the day and you're starting to build a little bit of a track record on like, you know what? This stock is pretty good. And then you could say, wait a minute, this stock's got great options on it. Maybe I'll just do the option and do a leap, but don't ever always go wake up in the morning and say, okay, what option I'm going to trade today? That's a bad way of looking at it. What else we got here? We got the GRPN that did really, really well yesterday. This stock went from 23 to 29. That's what some of you missed. This is the stock that I got really beat up and I got really pissed off. This is the one I got screwed on with my broker. But anyway, stock had a big run. I thought right here, let me just change this time frame here. So right here, I thought that we were going to get a rally. It went from 6 and all of a sudden the thing ran to like 850. And believe it or not, I got the damn stock at 825 and then it started backing off on me. I ended up getting out of like around 750. I was so ticked off. Okay. And you know what? Thank God I got out of it, because if I didn't, look where it dropped down to $5. Okay. So, it wasn't too bad that I lost 75 cents on the trade, because it would have been literally probably been a $3.50. And let me tell you, it's a lot harder making that back than anything. But, I've seen stocks like this before in the middle of the day. They had this big run up from 4 to 950. And we've seen these things, they do a little shake in the middle of the day. And all of a sudden, listen, Kodak did exactly that same trade, but we have something that's called the 30-second rule. If things don't work out, you get out of it. All right. So that pretty much does. And then listen, there was some news out on SR and E trade. I don't know, really to make a big announcement that they kind of came out with FDA profiling, something with Corona Guard neutralizing antibodies against SARS and COVID-2. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, that's that. Let's go back and let's get ready for the morning. Listen, you sit there and you try to analyze some of this new stuff and they'll drive you nuts. All right. I mean, just listen, sometimes these companies got the greatest news and they don't do well. Hey, Walmart had it yesterday. They said they had a record, year with online sales and competing against Amazon. Didn't do crap for it yesterday. But let's talk about some of the stocks that are moving this morning. So there were a couple of decent ones. I'm telling you, this morning was not really that good. I don't know if you guys see if anything popped in right now at 9 o'clock, because we know we have a 9 o'clock move, but I'm telling you, this list is pretty crappy. So anyway, you had this AESE, had a great pre-market move from 815, went from $1.40 to 210. Now she's backing off. She does got some good iceberg orders, not bad. Okay. What else we got? The GLPG that was moving. Oops, typed in the wrong window. GLPG. So that one, stock is getting crushed right now. You could see the stock is down 27%. Listen, some people think like I don't trade inexpensive stock. Okay, go trade an expensive stock. Let me know how that works out for you, because you know what? These things the only thing could happen to this stock closing at 188, it can go down another 188 more points. Well, it's already down probably off 50. So maybe you get a little dead cat bounce on this one, on this stock right here. That's the only reason why I put it up. And there's another one too, by the way. BMRN, another one's getting hammered. Look at $130 stock. Stock was doing great. Look at 75 up to 130. Look where it is. It literally is back where it was in April. Okay. And you know what? This brings a very good point. This is exactly why you need to learn how to day trade and be careful of swing trading. I could see clear as day the writing on the wall that stock, when it maxed out at 130, every day it just kept going lower, lower, lower. A couple of days later, lower than that. And people are like, oh, maybe we'll come back. And when you notice, it started making what's called a lower low. Okay. I'm sorry, lower high. What happens, what that means that it's the high of the day, but it's starting to make lowers. And then sure enough, wake up one morning and it's gone. Gone. All of it. Everything you worked so damn hard for, it's gone. Why? Because you didn't pay attention over the course of the day. Why? Because you were too busy thinking swing trading and some Fibonacci is going to help you solve it. Well, guess what? This is why a lot of people prefer day trading more than anything. You don't make as much money as swing trading or as options, but at least you could sleep at night. And let me tell you, people who own this stock are freaking out right now. And you know what? It doesn't look too good the way it's going right now. A couple other stocks also I want to put on the watch list. BDR is another one that looks pretty decent. It's up nice. It's up about 119,000 shares. It's not up a lot, and pre-market, it's up big from yesterday. But she's not a penny stock. She's not a penny stock, which is a good thing. How I could tell is you tell from the level 3. So don't ever think anything under $5 is under $1. That's being prejudiced, okay, towards inexpensive stocks. To me, I'd rather trade less expensive stocks, less risk. I could buy more shares of it, And, longs has a good spread and a lot of buyers and sellers. It's fine. But that one looks pretty good too. The LITB is one that we found early this morning. That one was up pretty nicely. You could see the stock is up really nice, went from $1 to about $4. She's up nice again. She's almost back to those highs again. So, but she's not really looking too good in pre-market. So, we're going to hold off on and see how this works out when the market opens up. TLGY. No, not that one. I'm sorry. UMRX. There you go. You know what? Scratch this one out. I thought it was pretty good. No, I changed my mind. BDR. That one we already know about. Sorry about that. I wrote it twice. UD. A little spotty. Volume is okay. It's got a lot of volume. Trades a lot of shares, this stock right here. Look at that. You got 27,000 share buyer out there at 759, 32,000 shares. So this is a stock that's more of, they call this a scalping stock where, but you could see stock took a huge hit. I mean, for that stock to go from 13 down to 3, and in this stock already traded 1.5 billion shares, the stock probably traded 150 million shares. But I like the volume. I like the trend. I want to keep an eye on this one. The stock looks pretty decent too. Now, Target, it's expensive. Unless you're an advanced trader, then we'll consider it, But you got to be more an advanced trader on this. But this is obviously has been a really, really good swing trade. And I did bring up BJ's too. I did it wrong. BJ's has been a really good swing trade for us also. It's not the most sexy stock, I would tell you. But I've been a fan of BJ's since 20. I actually, believe it or not, I put this thing away. I forgot about it because it's so damn slow. But you know what? She finally broke major resistance levels. So that could be a really big sign for a BJ. So keep an eye on it. Listen, I love Costco. If you can't afford it, listen, BJ's obviously has done really well during the coronavirus. A lot of people are shopping home and work from home. HOD is a buyout. Okay, so then we know that one. Thanks for sharing that with me. I'm going to scratch that one out, Patrick. What else do we have? One of you said, Daniel, you made about 38 cents on the in the BDR, but good for you. VIPS, there you go. Not really. It's taking a little bit of hit. Probably looks like a short. Hudson shares trading higher. The company announced controls shares. Duffy AG Group will purchase all of its remaining equity interest at $7.70 a share. All right. Well, we don't want to get caught up in those buyouts. I can tell you that. All right. Anything we're missing I did not call out? Always like to end off. We got about 10 minutes before the market opens up. Anything missing? SGMO from John from the from UK. What's up? It's got 100,000 shares pre-market. It's not terrible, but I don't like the spottiness in the pre-market right there. So we'll put on. You can put it on the watch list. We'll see how she opens up, but not too completely sold on it. Norm says short on VPIS. Yeah, I mean that looks like a pretty good short. I like that one. I'll throw that on there. VIPS. Just be careful though on Norm. The stock, if you look at it, it's really got a big spread. Yeah, that's where you got to be a little concerned on that with the spread right there. All right. Very, very, very thin book. Absolutely. You could see that. The book is very, very thin. And, listen, if a lot of people ain't trading it, you should be trading it either. All right. So there's our list, everybody. You got about 9 minutes. Just really quick. Don't forget, tomorrow, we have our open house again. It's Thursday already. Catch up pretty quickly. So, once again, if you're here watching us on YouTube, Facebook Live, just click on the bottom and just register and like us so we can get you registered for that. Hopefully a lot of you trial members are here and enjoying what's been going on this week. Remember, I'll be honest with you, it hasn't been an exciting week, and it's normal. This is August, okay? So, but this is the best time to learn because the list that you see will get 5 times this when September hits. Because once these kids start going back to school, a lot of new earnings announcements going to come out. They're expecting coronavirus could be a serious threat back then. Things are could work out pretty well. And by the way, one last thing that I want to bring up about the Democratic convention. Remember I told you this on Monday? I said, listen, the Democratic convention is going to start. Everything's going to be on Zoom. Watch it. Guess what? What did Zoom end up doing? It went from $1.40 to $1.70, almost $1.80. I mean, 240 to what? Almost 280. Not bad. 40 points. All right, 100 shares, $4,000. Nothing wrong with that. All right, but it's got a major resistance. It's got to break this resistance. I don't think it's going to break it anytime soon. This guy's a really, really tough time breaking it. All right, guys. Good luck. Happy trading. And one more trade right here from YouTube. Fausto, could you check out the MNPR? You know what? I looked at the stock early. I didn't throw it on because it kind of crapped out. That's the reason why I didn't put it up there. Had a nice push and kind of died. So that's why I took it out. I didn't want to put it on there. All right, everybody. Listen, we'll be back at 2:30 for YouTube and Facebook Live members. Cyber Group members, you see something, you say something, and just like once again, just be patient. All right. Remember, don't trade the first 5 minutes. We saw what happened yesterday. You learn it every day by being here. We trade live in the market. Don't get too cocky. Just make your days pay. Sometimes it's a nickels and dimes day. Some days a home run. But just try to hit base hits, all right? We'll see you back here at 2:30.